Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, CFL week number 6. Not a bad week in week 5. 3-1 on straight up picks, 3-1 against the spread, and 2-2 in the over-under, so an 8-4 overall record. On the season, 10-8 on the straight up picks, 9-9 against the spread, 15-3 on the over-under, which brings me to 34-20, which is 62.9%. All right, week number 6. We have some very intriguing matchups here. We have a rematch from week 1. We have the 0-4 Ottawa Red Blacks taking on the 3-1 Edmonton Elks. Edmonton won 29-21 in week number 1. Ottawa on the season giving up 34.7 points, which is the 7th most, while only scoring the 8th most points at 25.5. Edmonton is 15-10 all-time versus Ottawa, 4-2 in the last 6. Edmonton was 3-0 last year versus Ottawa. Offensively, Ottawa is the 9th best team, while their defense is 7th best. Edmonton is 5th best on offense and 6th best on defense. For the Ottawa Red Blacks, Jake Maier is the number 8 quarterback based on the QB ranking, 97 and 145 with 3 interceptions, 1,079 yards, and 6 touchdowns. While Cody Fajardo for Edmonton is ranked 9th in the QB ranking. He's 101 for 149, 1,159 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. Edmonton is favored by 6.5 here. Based on that week 1 score, I got them winning, and I am going to have them cover the 6.5, and then I am going under on the 57.5 based on that week 1 score. All right, the 2-2 Toronto Argonauts taking on the 2-2 Winnipeg Blue Bombers. All time, Toronto leads the series 66-62. Winnipeg, it was 2-4 in the last 6 versus Toronto. Last year in the 2 matchups, they actually tied 1-1. Toronto has the number 1 ranked offense in yards on the year, while their defense is number 9. They are giving up 442 yards on defense while scoring 474. They had the 2nd best offense point-wise, 37.5, while the 9th worst defense on points at 38.2. Chad Kelly is 98 for 141. He is number 5 ranked quarterback, 1,484 yards, 12 touchdowns, but 8 interceptions. So that, got to control the football there. Meanwhile, Winnipeg 2-2 behind the number 6 quarterback Zach Colliers, 74-103. With 985 yards, 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. They are 8th in offensive yards at 374.5, 1st in defensive yards at 376.8, while their 9th most points scored and 2nd fewest points scored. So this is one of those games where Winnipeg doesn't give up a lot of points, but they don't score a lot. But Toronto is on the other end of the spectrum. Ooh, this is one of those when it came to the over-under. Yeah, I'm going to stick with what I wrote out already. So I got Toronto winning. I got them covering the 1.5. I went ahead and went with over the 59.5. I just think Winnipeg can score because Toronto's not stopping no one. So got Toronto winning, covering and over on the 59.5. Next up, we have the 2-2 Calgary Stampeders taking on the 3-1 Montreal Alouettes. Calgary, number 1 in points scored, 41 points a game. Number 8 in points allowed at 34.8. Offensively, they are 6th most in yards. They're 8th worst in defense. Montreal, on the other hand, 3rd most points scored at 33.2. 4th in points given up at 31. Offensively, they're 2nd at 458.8, while their defense is 5th most at 404.2. Montreal does lead the all-time series 42-38-2 in the last 6 games. Montreal is 5-0-1 versus Calgary. Last year, Montreal was 2-0 versus Calgary. The number 1 ranked quarterback in the league, Vernon Adams, 79 for 109, 11 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 1,127 yards. Montreal's quarterback, Davis Alexander, is ranked 4th QB ranking this year. 104 for 157, 7 touchdowns, also 0 interceptions, 1,478 yards. Oh, goodness gracious. You know what? I'm going with Montreal. I got them winning, covering, and over on the 62.5. I think we could see some points. This could be the highest scoring game of the week for points. All right, and last but not least, we had the 2-2 Hamilton Tiger Cats taking on the 3-1 Saskatchewan Roughriders. But Levy Mitchell, the number 2 quarterback in the league, 86 for 110, 1,107 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 1 interception, taking on the 3rd ranked quarterback of the year for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, Trevor Harris, 105 for 146, 1,418 yards, 10 touchdowns, and only 2 interceptions. Tiger Cats, the number 1 defense when it comes to points allowed at 24.5, or fewest points allowed, excuse me. Number 1 with fewest offensive yards allowed, number 1 in fewest defensive yards allowed at 376.8. They are 6th in offensive points at 29.5 and 7th in offensive yardage at 355. While the Rough Riders are 4th in yards for offense at 441. 3rd fewest in defense at 381. So these defenses are pretty close when it comes to giving up yardage. And then 4th in points scored and 5th in points allowed. So again, this is one of those games we could have massive amount of points as well. I'm hoping that at some point defense. Well, no, I don't hope the defense shows up because I'm 15-3 on the over/under this year. So I want to keep that going. All right, Saskatchewan is favored by 7.5. That's a big number. I got Saskatchewan winning, but Hamilton covering the 7.5. So I think it's going to be maybe a touchdown game. That half point's like, what do we do? And I'm taking the over in the 54.5. All right, so quick little recap here. Edmonton minus 6.5, under in the 57.5. Toronto minus 1.5, over on the 59.5. Montreal minus 3.5, over on the 62.5. And then Saskatchewan winning, Hamilton covering that 7.5 and over on the 54.5. All right, that is week 6 of the CFL. Let's see if I can keep above 60% on my picks for the season. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.